Welcome back to another episode of Nfitmosos. Solo here, and I'm with my boy, Big Tank. Today's episode is, would you rather be strong or have abs? Which one would you rather have, Tank? Let's talk about it.
Strong or have abs? So is that question like I have to pick one?
I'm asking you.
Okay. Well, man, it's kind of tough.
Is it though?
Well,
Is it though?
I mean, it's kind of tough, man, because you have
What?
your strong people want to be strong. I mean, like you have your strong men that compete. They're obviously lifting crazy amount of weight.
Oh, okay, well, let's do this, and to simplify things, let's not get into like the exceptions. Just because strongman, powerlifting, bodybuilding, you know, they're kind of exceptions. Like it's like a subset of the fitness world, I guess. So like if when you started to go to the gym, or just you go into the gym and you talk to somebody, what is their typical response? Because I know that I get the response of many that I talk to. It's kind of the same, and I'm just to the point where I'm just like, you know, I get on. I don't say I get onto them. But it's kind of like no, like you're making an excuse.
Yeah. So what they say normally is like, just kind of basically the question you said, like, would you rather be strong or have abs? And so normally anybody would be like, hey, well, I'm trying to be strong right now. So they're, I guess, bulking and, you know, pushing heavy amounts of weight. And then if they want abs, they're usually cutting, and then they want to get their abs. I think you can have both.
There we go. Now we're cooking.
But it could be a little more complex for some people to understand it. It really shouldn't be, but that's the way people portray it as.
Yep.
But like, what do you think?
No, man. That's my response, man. It's not this or that. It's this and that. So I think a lot of us, most people, we need to get out of that mindset where it's not, oh, I either need to be strong or have abs, but can't have both. It's like, nah, fool. Like, nah, bro. Like, you can have both. And so, but you need to train and you need to eat in a way where you can have both. And that's what I'm saying. So when I talk to people at the gym, and you know, we get to talking about working out, blah blah, and you know, they're lifting semi-heavy weight. And I'm like, yeah, bro, like, you got abs, you know, or you doing cardio or this and that and the other? How's your nutrition? A lot of the response is almost the same. Like, oh, no, I'd rather be strong. And they automatically say, I'd rather be strong than skinny. It's like, nah, bro, you don't have to be skinny. You can have proper nutrition, proper macros, and be strong. So it's not either this or that. It's this and that. Yeah. And so I think we need to kind of let that sink in. And change our perspective and mindset. You can have both. You can train for both. When you're at the gym, you're training for strength, of course, right? Yeah. But you also want to train. You also want to train for hypertrophy. So, you know, like looking at aesthetically pleasing at the gym. Out of the gym, you need to eat right. You need to focus on your nutrition. You need to dial in your macros. And so that's I'm getting real big on that, and I'm preaching that a little bit more and more. Because it's kind of annoying, bro. Like, it's just annoying. I don't know how many people you come across that are like that.
Yeah, a lot.
There's this guy I was talking to, and I think he was like 220, 230, and he was bench pressing like 290. And I'm like, yeah, bro, but you know, like, that's a lot of weight, right? But you need to eat better, bro. Yeah. He's like, no, I'd rather be strong than be skinny.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can have it both ways.
Yeah.
You just need to dial it in. And so in doing so, I always put myself as an example, just because I've been there, done that. And my thought is, like, I weigh less than you. I can bench more than you.
Yeah.
Like, what is your excuse? Like, you don't have an excuse. And it's almost like a way to cope, because a lot of the times they don't think they can have both. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, you can do both. You just need to do research or talk to somebody who's doing it, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah. And really, you put me on it where I started, eating better, getting all my macros, because that's what, well, Salad did too before, but that's like the majority of what we did was powerlifting. So it was just like, oh yeah, we got to get big. So what's the fastest way to get big? Just eat whatever, right? And so that's how we were. Like we just ate whatever we wanted.
Dude, I remember
pizza and
I remember crushing weights, and they were like, "Oh, McDonald's, or Burger King."
Yeah, Burger King.
We would go straight to Burger King.
Straight to Burger King. And yeah, it's just one of those, like, recently, like, and I'm kind of proof of it right now, like, evolving.
Oh, for sure, man.
Where I've lost probably about 30 pounds, roughly. And
how long ago, or when did you start? Like, just to kind of give a
I
timeline.
kind of started, so November 2024 is around the time when I started eating better. And right now is March 24, so.
Well, what does that look like, or what did that look like, eating better? Like, what do you mean?
Eating better as in, like, obviously, like, hitting your protein, hitting your carbs and your fats. People think it's super difficult, and the only reason I know it's not super difficult is because I did it before. Like, I've done it before, so I had experience with doing it. But it's really not that hard. That people don't like eating the same thing all the time, which is fine, because you can find different types of proteins, different types of fats, different types of carbs.
And that's a whole different conversation for me, man. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, me, I like to stick to the same old thing.
Yeah.
I don't care if it tastes good or not. Like, you don't train or you don't eat good to train. How does it go? I'm trying to remember how C.T. Fletcher said it. Do you remember that video where he's like, you don't
I remember seeing it, but I don't remember what he says.
Well,
but basically, kind of what you're saying.
Yeah, you don't eat good food, or you know what? Just forget it. I think I think it was something like, you don't eat for the flavor, like you eat for like the results. Yeah.
You're eating your proper macros, which is fats, carbs, proteins. You eat it in order to get strong, to look a certain way, not because it tastes yummy.
Right.
And that's basically his he put his own spin on it, which I like it, but I can't remember what it was. But
yeah, look it up if you, and I mean, you can't go wrong with looking up CT Fletcher videos anyways. But anyways, so back to what we're talking about. Yeah, just eating better, regardless, and everyone's going to be different, right? So you're going to be playing around with your carbs and your fats, and you start figuring out, okay, what's working, what isn't working. If you have someone who's helping you with a plan, like, that's obviously someone you go to be like, hey, this isn't working, this is working. But regardless, like, I've never touched the 145 dumbbells.
yeah.
And I did that the other day, and that's with me losing weight, not where I was. Not saying that I couldn't do it where I was, but I'm just saying, like, you can also be lean and still lift super heavy.
And so, just on that real quick, so you said losing weight. Would you say that it wasn't that you were losing weight, but you were rather losing fat?
Yeah.
And while still maintaining muscle?
Yeah.
Or slash building muscle?
Yeah, you're right. So it's trying to correct myself here. So yeah, it's losing fat, but you're still maintaining the muscle. So you're still having your protein intake, which is going to keep your muscle.
Yep.
And then you're just reducing your carbs and your sodium intake and
your fats.
So
for sure, man.
But
what else?
I think it's, and I mean, honestly, I feel better.
Yeah.
I don't feel super sluggish.
Yeah.
Or I don't get freaking heartburn. Like, I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff because I just eat what I need to be eating.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. What do you think?
No, man. I think I agree with you, man. And I think that's kind of, and I think that's why I'm when I talk to people, like, that's like, I get very, I guess you could say, passionate about it, because again, like, I've been there, done that, but it's almost like it's hard to articulate your well-being from just eating properly.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost hard. Like, I can't tell you exactly how I feel because I eat better than what I was when I used to. And so it's just hard to explain. And because it's hard to explain, or maybe just for me, maybe I'm just not articulating myself as well as I would like. But again, like it frustrates me. It's like, bro, like I'm telling you, there's a better way, and that way is by dialing in your nutrition and setting up your macros.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel better. You're gonna look better. You're gonna be strong, if not stronger, than what you currently are at right now.
Yep.
It's just, dude, it's insane, bro. Like in that argument, and I guess what frustrates me as well, to add to that, is that I used to be the same way. I used to be like, no, I'd rather just lift heavy weight. I don't care about my nutrition.
Yep.
But had somebody come along and told me, hey, bro, there's a better way. Listen up. Like maybe I would have listened to him, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I didn't have that. I had to learn, and so. Me knowing what I know now, it's like now I kind of want to spread that knowledge.
For sure.
But again, man, not people want to hear it. They don't want to hear it in a sense where like they don't want to know. They don't want others to let them know that they're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Or that there is a better way, just because they think, hey, I'm just doing the bare minimum. At least I'm training. At least I'm going heavy-ish. And so it's very hard to accept, like, oh, I'm doing it wrong. Like, what do you mean I'm doing it wrong? And so I think that's why there's like a lot of pushback on that, at least with me anyways. But no, man, there's a better way.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that are like me. I can get hard-headed, and so I'll just be set on a certain way and be like, well, this is working. I'm just going to keep eating whatever I want and lift heavy.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I think we've talked in the previous video, like you're going to end up having like a heart attack or a stroke.
We did, man, but we didn't go in on it.
No, for sure.
It was at the end, and it was brief.
Yeah.
But no, like just fitness overall. I think on the prior episode, Nike mentioned what was the main reason people go to the gym, and he was saying that it was because they want to get stronger. And I was telling them like, no, not really. I mean, not everybody. Like, yeah, sure. But I think people, for the most part, want to go to the gym to look better, to be healthy. And so a byproduct of that is being stronger and looking better.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, I want to get strong. Just because, you have some people who go in there and want to do lightweight and then get on the treadmill. And that's all they want to do, and it's fine. Mm-hmm. It's all fine. They don't go necessarily for strength. And then again, if we go back to what I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the episode, that is a small segment of the people who work out. They go to bench press over 300 pounds, squat 400 or 500 pounds, deadlift 400 or 500, 600 pounds. Not everybody wants to do that, but they want to be able to throw up some good weight.
Yeah.
And so that's what it's all about. Not necessarily you want to go and be super duper strong. They just want to look good and lift decent amount of weight.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Yeah, it's so someone watching this probably, you're probably, going to the gym for strength, and you're like, man, these guys don't know what they're talking about. I'm eating a pizza while I'm watching this video.
Oh, I know that one person doing that.
No, I'm saying, like, I get it because we're there, right? But it goes back to the other videos we've also had where, like, you can't be set in stone on a certain thing because you have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to change. You can't just, hey, man, this is working. It's been working for me for a couple years. If you've been doing it for a couple years, you got to change. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. 'Cause we talked about it in a previous video.
Yeah.
But it all goes to say, like, don't be that hard-headed person that doesn't want to learn new things and try it. Like, go out and try it. Go get your macros set in stone with your protein, fats, and carbs, and do it for a couple weeks. Don't do it for too long. Do it for a couple weeks and see how it changes your life.
I would say a month at least.
Okay, well, let's do a month.
Yeah.
And then I'll promise you're not going to lose. If you got everything correct, you're not going to lose your strength.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose any muscle.
Yep.
All you're going to be doing is losing fat. So
for sure, man.
That's what I would challenge the hard-headed person watching this video right now.
You know who you are.
Yeah, Lee.
Oh, what else, man? What else?
I think
That sums it up, huh?
yeah, for the most part. Yeah, just you can have best of both worlds.
Yep.
At the end of the day, if that's what, I mean, I hope that's what everyone's goal is, but I assume that's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
But some people think you can only have one or the other, and that's not the case at all. So.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say, maybe I should wait. No, I was just gonna say. I was gonna get into the food thing, but we can do that next time. So just to recap, it's not this or that. It's not, oh, you want to be either strong or have abs and veins. You can do both. To be honest with you, and maybe we can throw this in just because we're about to end, but I think between getting strong and losing not necessarily weight, but losing fat is a lot easier than getting strong. Getting strong it's a long process. Losing fat, that's easy. And so what I would recommend is try and focus on losing fat first, just because it's easier. I think, and a lot of people, again, because I know better, been there, done that. In a month, you can do a lot of, I want to say a lot of damage, but I mean that to say that you can lose a lot of weight in 1 month.
Yeah.
Like you can lose a lot of not weight. You can lose a lot of fat in a month with the proper macros, proper nutrition. And now let's say you give it a month, you lose fat, and then from there, then you can start building up strength. Because when I did lose fat, and at that time I was weighing like 175, 170. I didn't think I had a whole lot of fat to lose, man. And then when I jumped on a 1 month program, I dropped down to my lightest in forever, bro. And I was almost scared because I was losing too much weight. Fat. My lightest was like 158. And dude, I felt horrible. And I did lose strength, but it didn't take very much. I would say within the month after reverse dieting, I regained my strength. Let's 80%. And then after that, like I kept, getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And so I would start out with that. Try and lose as much fat as you can within a month, and then reverse diet and start rebuilding your strength up. But when you lose fat, I think it's almost like you're gonna lose strength just because you're gonna get rid of a lot of fat.
Yeah.
And so when you powerlift or lift heavy weight, you rely on that fat to kind of help stabilize the weights, help go a little bit harder. And so it just comes with the territory. Just suck it up, lose that fat, and then start building up. You're gonna feel a lot better. You're gonna feel stronger. You're gonna look better. And that's just my opinion on that. That's the way to go.
Yep. No, I agree.
For sure.
I agree. And I do get the feeling of that extra little piece of fat, especially on my knees when I'm squatting.
Yep. I was just gonna say that. Yep.
But it just like Salo said, it comes with the territory. Like, I mean, suck it up, Buttercup.
Yep.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Make all kinds of gains.
If you die, you die.
If you die, you die. Here we go. Not again. All right, man. Is that it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for now. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, YouTube, subscribe. Please drop a comment, like, share. I'm missing one more.
Subscribe.
I already said that.
Learn.
Yeah, there we go.
Change.
There we go.
Be better.
There we go. Make all kinds of gains.
Yep.
Let's work.
Let's work.